Good everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we have an adventure in the clubbers. It has been almost 6 months since I last drove out the clubbers, and well, they didn't really have to fight this hard this match, but this match that I had a couple of days ago, it was just a perfect chance to show what the clubbers can do. Well, the king of the clubbers lineup. The queen is obviously the SDKFC 140-1. Also known as the Aufklärungspanzer 38T, and I hope I got that pronunciation roughly correct. Hauptmann-Krupp-Stahl will probably have a crack at it, no doubt. But obviously the Panzerkampfwagen 4C is the king. It was the first German tank I fell in love with because of its gun. Its gun was very powerful, it could carry heat rounds if it had to. And overall, its armor was pretty good for the time, obviously. Now it's not so good, but you can still do well with the armor, you can still bounce a lucky shot or two. And well, the king of seal clubbing, he needed to stretch his legs a bit. It's been a while. Obviously, you will see a live battle in this thing soon enough when we get around to doing the talisman on it. Because obviously I have a talisman on this thing. I've had it for ages. But this battle took place a couple of weeks ago. I was with James at the time. Obviously, I was on Discord with him. But unfortunately, I did have to go AFK for a couple of minutes during the match. Luckily, I come back just in time to find a T-26 coming around the corner. But hey, less of the blabbering, let's get into it, shall we? Sadly, I do survive the battle in the Panzer IV-C. I was hoping not to, just so I could bring out more and more vehicles of the clubbers lineup. I wanted to bring in the HS-123, but sadly I couldn't. Which was a shame, but I would love to replace the CR-42 that I have in the clubbers lineup, because I already have a twin-engined heavy fighter. I have the Do-17Z7. And I would love to have the Ju-87A, the A1 Stuka, in-game. I'd love it, people. I honestly would. But this battle was quite long. Most of it, well, some of it I spent AFK. Fun fact, never used to carry smoke rounds in this thing. I do now. I carry 10 of them. Low tier battles are getting more and more cancerous, so you kind of need to. But the king got to stretch his legs a bit today. Why do I call it the king? Well, if the queen dies, the king will come back to get your ass. And if the king falls, the prince will come and get you. And the prince is the HS-123. Or alternatively, the king will send the prince first. Then the king will come and spank your ass. Essentially, my clubbers lineup is sort of like a medieval referencing sort of thing. Each of them have their own references and things like that, such as the Do-17Z7 being the, well, it'd be the princess of the lineup because it's not as good for ground attack, but it gets the job done. So there are a couple of enemy stat patterns that I remember on the enemy team, the love boat being one of them. Obviously I've stopped to have a look around the corner because C has just been capped. BT7 starts pushing up. Obviously, he knows I'm here now. He starts pushing, getting overconfident. I'm faster on the trigger. Job done. First kill. At this point, James saying, well, I'm saying to James, right, I need to leave in a moment because we've got to do something for a couple of moments. Obviously, I'll skip that. You can blame the parentals for this one. But James was thinking, okay, I'll go up there and I will. Well, I need a boost, because his SDKFC didn't have that much power behind it. I thought, right, well, I better do this, and then I've literally got to go right after I push up this hill, or this rock. James gets quite a few kills from that position, so well done to you. I said to him, right, leaving the tank here. And we're now going to skip ahead. For the moment, though, we're going to skip to James' perspective. And well, James is going to get a couple of kills from this position, as far as I remember him telling me. And well, he's just damaged something over there, and there we go, he's got a kill. Obviously, what I didn't know at the time, because obviously I was AFK, is that there was a steward behind me, and obviously he didn't see me parked here. James takes him out. And in a moment, I'm going to return. I was sat here for a couple of moments because my parents are just the most annoying people on the planet, it seems. And here we go, I've returned. Obviously I'm saying to him, what the frick has happened, because I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking, holy shit, the team's collapsed. At this point, a T-26 starts rolling around the corner. I'm thinking, shit, has he seen me? He has seen me, hasn't he? The T-26 thinks, oh fuck. As I come charging around the corner, the king slays him with his mighty greatsword. Well, really it's more of a short sword on this thing, but yeah, the king doesn't need a long sword, does he? James decides to suicide bomb for some reason for a revenge kill. I don't mind revenge kills, mate, but you've got to have a reason for your revenge kill. Such as if they're a cheater, if they're a stat padder, then yeah, that's more than acceptable, but do whatever you want then. So at this point the king starts pushing around the left hand flank. And well, the king's going to take up a nice position. Obviously, this is one of my favourite positions to use when I'm watching this road, because a lot of the enemy team does like to come down this area. Obviously, James was telling me that there was apparently a plane coming my way. There wasn't, it was just being a panicky Pete. I believe it's the I-15WR that takes a crack at me later, but it's an I-15, it's 30 cal machine guns, it's never going to pen the Panzer IV. So I'm saying to James, right, I'm going to cover this road. The BT-5 just keeps on driving for some reason and just drives right into my Panzer IV's gun. Third kill. I think that was a guy from earlier as well on the T-26. Poor sod. But at this point we've been triple capped. Obviously James is pushing up to the capture point. I say to him, right, I'll watch this road, no problem. And well, we're just going to wait here a moment. I'm just going to skip ahead to when the enemy vehicle drives past. Obviously I see tracer fine, I'm thinking, yeah, something's coming down here. It's a rather unusual vehicle though. When it eventually rolls around a bloody corner, I swear, how long does it take him to drive down here? And here we are, it's a Gaz. Or rather, was a Gaz. I killed him with a machine gun, I really couldn't be asked to fire anything else such as heat. He wasn't worthy of the round. James has just acquired his 6th kill on that flank. Obviously, he's already lost 2 vehicles. The king is still fighting, obviously. And he says to me, right, I need you to push around the backhand side of this road. And well, I need you to get moving up there because we've got quite a few tanks heading up there. And I was like, okay, I'll move in a moment. And now I start moving. The king doesn't like going in reverse all that much, but sadly Gaijin has taken measures to nerf the king. Obviously with the penetration reworks, he's lost 3mm of pen on his gun. In fact no, it was 5 because he had 56 before. The heat rounds haven't changed though. There's the love boat who I met before. I dropped a shot low and I'm thinking fuck, but he's blind, I'm not. There goes the stat padder. He was padding his stats in the T-60 people, that's how low he is. I don't get why you would, but I do love this sound mod that I have, obviously. To remind you which one it is the Epic Thunder sound mod. It's absolutely fantastic for tanks, I highly recommend it. We managed to push them back off the B point and the C point. I think James has... Yeah, James has just died to a T-26. I panic fired then to try and get the love boat there. I think I start loading smoke in a moment. And there we go. Yes, I'm firing smoke. I'm obviously trying to blind him so that he comes out for a bit of a play. Obviously, with the King's rate of fire, I can do this all day long. Obviously, till I run out of smoke. But I think I've gone back to AP at this point, if I remember rightly. Yes, I have. I hit the T60. For some reason, he thinks dueling with a Panzer IV-C at range is a smart idea. No, it is not. I start getting strafed by a Fury here. Really wasn't that bothered. It's a Fury. The T-26 starts pushing out. Wrong decision, buddy. 7th kill. And I'm saying to James, right, we've got a Fury Mark 1 who's trying to strafe me for some reason. I have no idea why. James is coming back in a rare premium, the HE51B2H, which is the float plane variant. I do take a couple of shots at this Fury. Obviously, James is coming in to deal with him. There's also a AAA truck that's going to deal with James. And, well, I don't have a shot on him, unfortunately, and James is describing the numerous amount of pew-pews that's currently hitting this plane. And there goes James. Well, sorry, pal, I didn't have a shot on the 4M Gaz. But the Fury is still alive, obviously, because the Gaz AAA took him out. But a Kenny tank takes out the Fury with an amazing shot, which... what's his name? Keck Meme? Good shot, mate. That was a good shot. That really was a good shot. There's an I-15 Biz who has rockets on. I'm not afraid of a vehicle like that. The 4M Gaz, for some reason, decides, I'm going to attack a Panzer IV. That wasn't smart, was it? The I-15 fires a rocket at me and takes out my loader. But that's fine. I think I fired a smoke around at him. I don't know. At this point, I start dropping a couple of smoke just to blind the I-15 Biz and maybe force him to fire a rocket blindly. Because he only has 6 rockets, people. And well, this is where the battle is going to come to an end. The I-15 is just going to fly around trying to strafe us all. James is coming back in a Panzer 38T NA. Well, A, I should say. NA is the water tanks one. And that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Obviously, the King is dropping more smoke to help his team. Unfortunately, we'll lose the Kenny tank to the I-15 Biz. But that's going to be the end of it, people. We win. So the King managed to stretch his legs after several months in the castle, shall we say, also known as the hangar. And, well, it was a nice stretch. I mean, obviously, a couple of matches we did get to use more vehicles of the King lineup, or the Clubbers lineup. And to go briefly over the assortment of names, so to speak. Obviously, you've got the Queen and the King, which are... Well, you've got the Queen here, the King, the Prince, the Princess, the Servant, the Maid, and the one that no one cares about. I don't know why I put this thing in the lineup, really. I really want to replace it with another plane. The only problem is with low-tier Germany is that, obviously, because it's a battle rating 1.3 themed lineup, the only other plane that I can replace it with is the DOE 17E1, but that's quite underpowered. The engines I should say, are quite weak. The bomb load isn't anything special. I mean, yeah, it got a buff to 10. Well, in fact, that's not a buff. That was the. I was getting confused with the Z7 then. Was it the Z7? No, it's Z2. Sorry. But obviously, we will use the DOE 17E1 in the Talisman series because it does have a front-mounted machine gun. It also has a tail gunner, which we'll probably use to go do flybys on enemy bombers or something like that. But yeah, one day I want to see the Ju-87A added so I can replace the CR-42, because I don't really use the CR-42. The HS-123 makes a great fighter on its own. The DOE is pretty good in head-ons, as well as dropping a couple of bombs. You tend to use this for more of a carpet bomber, because you can carry 10 50kg bombs or a single 250kg bomb. But yeah, It's a nice stretch out for the clubbers. Obviously, I haven't driven them in donkeys. Last time I put it on a channel was not long after I started doing YouTube. Um, so if you want to see more of the clubbers, more than happy to take them out. I do love the clubbers, as you know. I do love seal clubbing a bit. I don't do it too often, and besides, the only time I'm seal clubbing is in something that people wouldn't expect them to seal club in. Anyway, I'll let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the clubbers, and I'll catch you all next one.